In this training, we're going to go through some of the basic settings and things that will make your life and your students' life a lot easier. These are just things that you ought to understand as you use Canvas. So, first, most of the settings are over here for your course. I've already gone into the courses, right? Courses, here I am. Hey, and then I'm going to go into the settings. Now I'm going to explain what these things mean to you. We'll start here in the course details. Here you can add an image. If you've ever wondered why some have beautiful images and some are just colors, that's where you could do that. So again, I'm in courses. Settings. Now you don't have to do that if you don't want to, but it's always there. Here's the name of the course. And to make students as least confused as possible, this name should be as close to what it says on their schedule as you can possibly make it. It should just make sense. At some point, as we integrate it, we might have to do that at a district level. So if you get in there and it won't change, that would be why. It might have to be called the same thing as it's called in School City or in SIS. The course code is confusing for a lot of people. The course code just means the name of the course that the students see. Right here. They know they're in the course called Canvas. Time zone. If this is not set to Mountain Time, and it should default to the time zone that we live in, you need to change it to Mountain Time. Otherwise, you're going to set something to be due before class at, if class starts at 8:50, you'll set it for 8:50 so that students are done by the time class starts, and then you have it set for, Greenwich Mean Time, and your students are going to be really, really angry. They come into your class and yell at you and stuff. The SIS ID, don't worry about it unless you've been told to worry about it, and don't change it unless you've been told to change it. The sub-account, make sure that you are in your school. If you're not in the school where you belong, it can lead to some other issues. So you want to select the school where you are. If you don't, manually created courses is the one if it's at more than one school. That's very rare though. The school where the class is held, that's what should be selected there. And you should only be able to select default term. The reason you want default term is because then you have control of the dates. Hey, I like to set the start date for the beginning of the trimester and the end date at the end of the trimester. And you might sit and think, what does it matter? Well, it matters a great deal if you're going to copy the course next trimester. If you're going to use the course again, you want these set for the proper dates. Personally, I also like to check that. That means that the students can't keep submitting assignments after the end of the course. I once had a mother, very angry mother, contact me on Thanksgiving, upset because it was too late for her daughter to hand something in. Trimester was over, and so she emailed it to me. And I was pretty aggravated by that. I thought it's too late. You can't do this to me. So that, you click that, they just can't do it. Canvas will block it, and then they'll be all angry at Canvas. Language, it defaults to English. I don't know why maybe if you're an ELL teacher, you could change that. Don't change it to Dutch or Norwegian or Polish. That would give you issues. File storage you can't change, but contact Heidi Wheatley if you need more space. Don't host videos on your Canvas page. Put them up on YouTube and embed them. You're not gonna... Don't change that unless you really know what you're doing. License just means Can other people copy it? Is it allowed? Creative Commons attribution means they can copy it as long as they say you did it. Mostly we want to leave these private unless you have a reason for changing it. And we want the course to be available. You could choose whether people could see it just in the course in your institution, so that you select it up above whatever school you belong to. If you want everyone in your institution to be able to see your course, you could click that. Usually we want to leave this way so we don't clutter up everyone else's stuff. And that's going to change the level your syllabus is visible at. Again, just leave it that way. You can choose whether it's in the public course index or not. You probably want to leave this unchecked. I have it checked because mine is weird. And I like to do this. But I don't like to do this. I used to select restricting students from viewing the course after the end date, but they'd come back and say, hey, I need a sample essay to apply for the scholarship, and my essay for your class was really good. Why won't you let me look at Canvas? And I didn't have a good reason. A lot of times we change these settings and we think that it's just a little minor stupid thing, but it matters. And you select this. Mostly we're on campus, right? And you can also add a description for your course if you'd like. But one of the most important things I want to show you will be under this More Options down here. We're not going to go there yet, though. I'm going to start with the sections. Okay, I have 2 sections here. I thought I deleted that one so I could show you how to add it back in. If I'm going to add a section, I'm the one user. If I'm going to add a section in here for Bear River Middle School, all I have to do is type it in and click the Add Section button. Now you will probably mostly want to do this. Something like that. And you click Add the Section. And then later when you're adding people, well, I'll leave that in there. I'll put new period 1, period 5. Say I teach this class first period, 5th period, so there it is. If I do a year-long class, I like to do trimester 1, period 1, and that matters. Navigation is where you decide which of these options are visible. You can change its order. You just click on this gear. And I've turned off collaborations because I don't like the way Canvas handles collaborations. That doesn't mean I'm never going to use collaborations. I just don't like the way Canvas deals with it. I have people turned off because I don't want my students to be able to see the other people in the class. Maybe I need them to be able to message each other, so I would leave that turned on. In fact, in this class, it probably should be turned on, so I'm going to click there and hit Enable. And then if I don't like it down there, I want it to be higher. Maybe this is important in this class. I hit Move, and I want it to be after announcements. So now it's Home, Announcements, People. Now these are always available to you, all of them. They're just gray to show that they're available to me, but not to the students. Most of them are that way because I've set them to be that way. But there's a few that are that way because I don't have anything in them yet. So there you go. And then this is most pages in Canvas. You can do whatever you want. Be sure to click Save on this one. Now I'll show you some of these other sections on a more advanced day. But let's go back to course details. I'm going to scroll down here and hit More Options. I want the students to be able to put themselves in the class. I want to be able to just write something on the board and have them add themselves with their Chromebooks, or I want to be able to go to the computer lab. Let's say I do not want to manually add every student, because that takes time. And unless I have a TA or a really, really good movie playing, I don't want to deal with that. I have better things to do. So right here, after, again, I just hit more options, course details, more course details in the settings, more options. I want to let students self-enroll. Oh, but what if some random kid that isn't in my class adds my class? And then I'll delete them and turn this off. But the first day I'm going to let them self-enroll. And I like to add a join this course link to the course homepage. Then I can do a few different things. If they somehow magically end up on my page, they can do things. Then I clicked, you notice I clicked update course details and it changed. This course has enabled open enrollment. Here's a URL. Or they can use this join code. Join codes are beautiful. If they go, well, I can't show it to you because I'm already logged in. But if they go to boxelder.instructure.com, they have an option of putting in their credentials and including that join code. And you're done. They've done it. It's awesome. So they go in and they join that way. You can also give them the full URL, and in some cases that helps a great deal. For a lot of kids, that's awesome. I don't like to do it that way because there's always some kid who types it wrong and then gets mad at me. Oh, Mr. Crawford, it's not working. And you find out they put ohio.instructure.com, or they spelled instructure wrong, or they spelled .com wrong, or they put one L in enroll. Yeah, that almost sounds like I've had this happen to me. Okay, now, last thing. Let's go to people. Once they've enrolled, they're here in this list. And it sits here. There's some handy things in this list. I'll show you another day, like their total activity. But today, I'm just going to show you how to edit their section. So let's say that right here I'm in the section called District, but I want this kid in first hour so that it shows up in the gradebook and I can see it first hour. All I have to do is hit Browse here and I can see my sections. So say Aaron Crawford's in period 5. There we go. Period 5. Easy, simple, and if you forget and need help, just call me. All right. Thank you very much.